part of all our lives. It is inherent in everything we do. As a society, we need to take risks to grow and develop, from energy to infrastructure, supply chains to airports, security, hospitals to housing. Effectively managed risks help societies achieve. In our fast-paced world, risks evolve quickly, and we need to manage those risks so we might minimize their threats and maximize their potential. Risk management therefore involves understanding, analyzing, and addressing risks to make sure organizations achieve their objectives. It's a fast-moving discipline, and standards are regularly supplemented and updated. The type of roles undertaken by risk professionals are incredibly diverse. They include roles in insurance, business continuity, health and safety, corporate governance, engineering, planning, and financial services, among others. They can be the lifeblood of an organization. A specialist in risk and human resource management, Eileen Shaiyen, joins me on View from the Top today, and we will be discussing, among other things, the importance of risk management in business. Thank you, Mrs. Shaiyen, for joining us.
Thank you very much, Modele.
And we thank you for tuning in. My name is Modele Sharafa. Here's a brief biography of my guest before our conversation. Eileen Shaiyen has a BSc in Economics from the University of Ife, Ile-Ife, and an MBA in Finance and Investments from the George Washington University, United States of America. She started her career with the Ministry of Finance Incorporated, Lagos, followed by Webster Fine Arts Incorporated. In 1982, she joined International Merchant Bank Nigeria, working for several years as a lender, then in correspondent banking, where she was responsible for managing several of the bank's European and American banking relationships. She was later head International Treasury Unit and then head Financial Advisory. Mrs. Shaiyen is the founder CEO of H. Pearson, and she was a regional director of the Global Association of Risk Professionals. Shaiyen, as we established earlier, risk is inherent in everything we do. But do you think organizations really understand and appreciate the roles of risk professionals?
I would answer that question to say to some extent, because when you say organizations, the practice of risk management, the depth or extent of adoption varies by sectors. So if you look at the financial services sector, for instance, you could rate that fairly high. But when you begin to look at some other sectors, we're far from it. If you look at the public sector, we're very far from it. So it's the level of adoption is encouraging, but I think we need to move much faster into some of the other sectors that I talked about. And for me, very importantly, public sector.
The job of risk managers becomes even more critical in times of adversity, ill-fated investments, new uncertainties, suppliers going bust. What can make the difference between success and failure in a period of economic crisis such as we are in?
If you look at the recession from 2008 to date, I would say what would make a major difference is adoption at the top. Adoption at the top. I think we've done, for the sectors that have adopted risk management, I think they've done fairly well in the middle to some extent to the senior level. But I think that we can do much more at the top. And I think that will make a world of difference in terms of in periods like this. Very importantly is, and when I say at the top, I mean actually driving the message from the top, inculcating the concept, the principles, the discipline of risk management at the board level, the executive management level, and then more importantly, driving the culture. If we look at it on the public sector in terms of success, if you look at our the various plans that Nigeria has come up with, you would see that we've done very well in terms of strategic planning, whether they're short, medium, or long-term plans. And look at recent plan that the federal government just rolled out. A lot of these are commendable, but the key issue is, where is the risk management in all of that? Because risk management is what makes that fundamental difference between the success of a well put together plan and the failure of it. And it's missing in some of the cases I've talked about.
You know, the awareness of the importance of risk management in the world's new high growth economies is increasing. Even in Nigeria, I just said that. But because of their highly transferable skills, the qualified and experienced risk management professionals are able to move easily between sectors and countries. What skills, what are the skills one needs to be a good risk manager?
You know, I would say the skills, I would put them in two parts. The first part are the defined technical skills. So those technical skills in risk management, you could get them through certifications, like the Global Association of Risk Management Professionals, GAP, which is headquartered in New Jersey. They have two major professional certification exams, which is the FRM and then the ERP. ERP is energy, and the other one is pure financial. So you could have those certifications, and there are quite a few other certifications. Some people decide to go the degree route, so you could have a first degree or a master's. So it's a body of knowledge that you can build skills in. However, there is a non-technical part of it, and the non-technical part of it is very key, and I think has become very fundamental in seeing institutions who have done well with their risk managers. And that is the non-technical part of it. Discipline, the ability to look into the future and be more futuristic rather than post-mortem in thinking. So those are some of the more subtle things that make a difference in being a successful risk team. And when I look at risk team, I go beyond the risk manager, who is, I would say, the custodian as against the real drivers of risk management, the real implementers of risk management. And those are the leadership, the staff who face the business, the marketplace. Those are the real risk managers.